Hey folks, John Henning here with Red Frog USA. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to hear about our social media management program. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in so we can get through the information. Just a few slides. I think there's about 8 slides here we're going to go through. Takes about 10 or 12 minutes. Share all the information with you. The things we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk through how does it work? Will it work for my business? Why Red Frog USA? How much does it cost? And then we'll go through a couple of case studies here. A little bit about myself. My name's John Henning. I'm the CEO and founder of Red Frog USA. Provide the services directly to my clients. I'm a small business owner myself, kind of a serial entrepreneur. I currently own 3 businesses, and I started in the website world way back in 1999 working for a company called VeriSign, which owned network solutions in the domain name and website management space back before Y2K. That's right. So I was part of the internet before it was kind of the internet. I've personally helped more than 100 small businesses grow through all of my various programs here in social media, domain name, and website management. It's a little bit about myself there for you. Things to know. Some things I love to talk about, and you'll probably hear me talk about this stuff when I speak with you. And that is social media and growth is an ongoing process, not an event. Consistency is the key. You have to be consistent with your social media posts. It isn't about what you like, it's about what your audience likes. Another key thing is you need to know who your audience actually is, not who you think it is. Let's take a look at that actual information. Find out, are you fishing in the right pond? Are you using the right bait with the right gear in the right pond, right? And then something else you'll hear me harp on a lot is you must be able to measure and track your numbers. So social media being ongoing process, not an event, obviously kind of speaks for itself. It isn't something you want to stop and start. You want to have a consistent effort in your growth because the algorithms and all the social platforms pay attention to what you're doing, when you're doing it, how well it's engaging with the other people. Because remember, the whole idea of most social media platforms isn't to give you necessarily a place to go. It's to keep you and or all the other folks on that platform because they sell advertising, of course, right? And the more advertising they sell, the more money they make. Consistency is the key. You got to make sure you're very consistent with your posts, going through and setting up a schedule like we'll talk about here as we go through. And remember, it isn't about what you like, it's about what your audience likes. So try and put those personal, emotional things to the side about what you think you like and what you think your audience likes. And let's take a look at what they're actually engaging with. I was doing an evaluation on a social media page just today when I was looking at a potential client before I talked with them. And I noticed that they did probably about one post every day or every other day, 5 a week, which is pretty good. That's pretty consistent. The thing is, 4 of those 5 were simple posts that were really text only and just loaded with hashtags, right? And I'm talking 15 hashtags in there, thinking that that was bringing them a ton of extra traffic. And we'll talk some other time about hashtags. But the one post that was outperforming 10 to 1 was a 15-second video that they were posting. They were really actually using images to create a video. That video was getting each week 300 to 400 views. All of their other posts combined were not getting more than 10 views or reaches or likes or audience views, whatever you want to call them. All their other posts combined weren't even getting 10% of what that one short 15-second video was getting on their social media. So it is about necessarily what you like, it's about what your audience likes, and let's take a look at that. And then you need to know who your audience actually is, not who you think it is. You think you're selling to this demographic or you want to sell to this demographic. But what if this other demographic, this age group, this sex, this person, whoever that avatar um, is the one that wants to buy your service or your product versus what you think you want to sell to? Okay, let's take a look at who that actually is. Let's take a look at your actual customers, not necessarily who you think you want to sell to, but who you're actually selling to. And then we'll take a look, are you fishing in the right pond? One of my favorites, you might think you want to be on Instagram where all of your customers are on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube, wherever it is, that you want to go fishing in for those customers, right? Remember, other folks are fishing there too. So you got to have the right bait, the right gear, of course, but are you even putting yourself in the right spot to get in front of the right type of customer? See how these things all go together? And then finally, you need to be able to measure and track those numbers. I had one client that had over 1,000 followers. It turns out 900 of them were from overseas and they were a local service company. They could only service Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Okay. But 900 of their 1,000 followers on their Facebook page were all from overseas. And they're like, oh, well, more is better. Well, not necessarily, because the reach algorithm on Facebook on your page statistically shows your post to 5% of the people. So think about that, 5% of 1,000 people, that 900 people that aren't your customers, or 5% of 100 people that are your customers. Think of that, right? Which one's more powerful? So we'll talk through that as well, as you get to learn a little more about how we do everything. So those are just some things to know. A couple more things. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to evaluate your business through a discovery meeting and through various phone calls. We want to interview you as much as you want to interview us. We want to make sure this is the right fit, take you through what we do, how we do it, and why we do it, and also make sure that we can actually help you. See, today I'm not sure I can help you. You might be rocking it and double your presence. Well, we may not be able to do that. And the difference is we're going to evaluate all of that and let you know up front if we think we can or can't help you. We're going to create a content calendar so you know exactly what's going to be posted, when it's going to be posted, where it's going to be posted. We're going to show all of that to you once we go through the setup and create that content calendar for you, unique for your business. Something else I like to share, because I hear this a lot, we do not use any generic content. We only use 100% custom content that we create specifically for your individual business. It's all customized to your specific business. We're not using generic posts that we're sharing across 15 different clients or anything like that. It's all customized for your specific business, which is why we need to get to know quite a bit about your business. And finally, we do not outsource anything. Everything is done here locally. Myself and family members, family-owned business here local in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. And we like to pride ourselves in that we don't outsource anything. Not that it couldn't be outsourced. We certainly could. We just don't need to. So how does it work? What do we do? What does it cost? All of that. So we're going to go through and share some information here with you. So one of the things we do is we create those posts each month for you. Okay. So we're going to post 15 times a month, and we're going to show you exactly what we're posting, when we're going to post it, and where we're going to post it. And you'll be able to see all of that in advance. And we're going to create those posts, and then we're going to get them through all of your channels. The second thing we're going to do is record on-site video each month. And we do that for a reason, not just because we can and want to do it, but we're then going to produce and edit that into one long form video. Now that long form video is what we're using to capture that YouTube, the longer stuff on Facebook, that type of thing. Okay. And then we're going to use that same video to produce and edit 3 to 4 short form videos per month as well. So you'll see the little clips that we do. Okay. We're going to do monthly custom content creation for the posts, including paragraphs, text, images, hashtags, all of those things that you see in those posts. We're going to create all of that for that each month. We're going to provide you with a monthly content calendar each month so you can see when, where, why, and how it's all being posted and exactly where it's going. We're going to record a podcast recording via Zoom every month, hosted on our channel. On Spotify and YouTube, so you'll be able to see your actual business being interviewed and hear it and get extra views or listens throughout the community. This is a local podcast that we produce ourselves in-house, and we'll record that via Zoom once every month, and there'll be various topics. We'll do an interview style, we'll do a guest style, we'll do a business highlight style. And then we'll be able to use some of that as well. So that podcast is a good one each month. We'll also help and assist in the ongoing engagement and responses as your social presence grows. We'll be able to help engage and respond. And that means things like following users and inviting more people and, engaging with them and doing responses on the messages the comments that they make. Okay. We're going to go through a monthly results review with you each and every month. We'll go through exactly what happened last month, what we're working on this month, and what's coming up next month. So you can kind of a 3-month snapshot every single month as we go through each month. And then we also provide a Google review system as part of the package. And what that is that allows us to help reduce the number of 1, 2, and 3-star reviews while providing an increase in the number of 4 and 5-star reviews. And I can explain that when we talk, but basically it's a proprietary system that helps capture those 1, 2, and 3-star reviews and then sends them to you via email. So you can address them as a training issue. If you have a business, for example, say a restaurant, and they want to leave a 1-star review because the service was slow or whatever it is, that's going to come to you via email versus getting posted on Facebook or Google. And then if they want to do a 4 or 5-star review, it would take them right to that spot for them to leave the review. And we'll show you how to do that and train you on how to use that to increase those reviews. So it's not just about getting more customers, it's about keeping more customers, right? So next we're going to talk a little bit about, will it work for my business? Well, here's a couple of questions, and really only you can answer these. So does your business have loyal customers? If you don't have loyal customers, it's kind of hard to use social media to do a one-off thing with every single customer, right? You want to build that following, the tribe, whatever you want to call it, passionate people. Do you already have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok account? Do you have a YouTube account? If you don't, we can set them up for you. It's pretty easy. But do you already have those, right? If you're a business and don't have those, let me know. Are you willing to commit to a consistent effort? It can't be a start and stop. You can't do it for a month, wait 6 months, and do it for another month. That doesn't really work. You got to consistently be investing a little bit of time, a little bit of money into social media consistently. Do you communicate well with your customers? Are you so busy you can't communicate with them or respond to their comments on your posts? Will it work for you? May or may not. If you get 20 new comments a week, are you going to respond to them? If you don't, then why would you even do it, right? You don't. If you're that busy, you probably don't need more customers. And here's a key one, number 5. Can you handle additional business from new customers? We all say we want to grow, but if you can't handle additional new customers without sacrificing quality of your existing customer base service or product that you're providing, maybe it's not right for you. So just some kind of internal questions to ask yourself as you prepare to grow through social media. Why Red Frog USA? Well, a couple of quick things. We're locally owned and operated, family owned and operated. Over 25 years of experience in websites, domain names, social media. We did social media before social media even existed, way back even before MySpace, holy mackerel. Regular interaction in person at your location on a monthly basis. That's something you probably won't get from that part-timer or college kid or someone that's home for the summer and then they go away. You're just not going to get that level of interaction and personal touch. We've got proven systems and processes in place to help this scale over time with your business. Maybe you plan to open multiple locations. We're able to do that. Right? 100% custom content creation. No one else out there does that unless you talk with a professional, large ad agency that has a department, right? We know that whole scenario is completely different. If you're one of those Fortune 500 type companies, that's the way to go. Right. But that, 100% custom content creation from us is something that's very unique, that really not a whole lot of other companies out there that do what we do offer. A lot of them are reusing a lot of content. We take a multi-directional approach using 4 different channels, different types of media, video, reels, posts, text, images. It's multi-directional. Kind of think of it like an ecosystem. And something that I always am very proud of is we earn your business every month. It's month-to-month agreement. Cancel at any time if you're not satisfied or your needs change. Maybe you outgrow what we can do for you, or we do a really good job and we hit all the numbers and all of a sudden you're super busy. Well, that's fine. We can just part as friends. And if you ever need us in the future, we can come back. Right. So month to month, and we're going to earn that business every single month. We've actually grown and owned our own businesses. That's something that's very unique. Most folks that do what we do, they haven't actually operated a business other than their social media management business. They've worked a job and got really good at doing something online, and it morphed into providing the services similar to what we provide. But we've actually owned businesses. I've dealt with the ups and the downs, the Murphy Law, putting out fires, dealing with employees, handling all the new changes. And every day you're doing that as an owner and you're just too busy to do all those other things. I understand that because I've actually lived that. Something we do unique here at Red Frog, we provide training on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So it isn't just doing it for you. We will do it for you, and that's all included in the monthly membership. But we'll also show you, like if you're not familiar with YouTube or you're not familiar with TikTok, we'll show you how to actually use it. And we can even record that training session so you can use it in the future as well. And again, I probably harp on this quite a bit. We are month to month with no long-term obligation, and we do earn your business every single month. I'll probably only say that a couple more times. How much does it cost? Well, it's $350 a month with no setup fee, and that gets you 15 posts monthly, content calendar, on-site video recording, editing and producing, long form video, 3 to 4 short form videos, custom content creation, monthly podcast recording, engagement and responses, and that Google review system that I mentioned, which I'm really excited to show you. That's something we added into our package recently, and I'm really excited. We've got a lot of folks out there using that, and they just love it. No obligation, cancel at any time with 30 days notice. So there you go. I don't think I say it anymore, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we're very proud of the systems that we have in place that allow us to provide this at a really good price, and the service level we provide is second to none, and you're getting a lot of value, as you can see right there on the screen, for that monthly fee. So a couple of case studies. Clothing business started in 2018 in Gilbertsville, helped them grow to over 8,000 passionate followers, doubled in size during COVID, and helped them grow to over $2 million in revenue. I've helped a real estate office in King of Prussia, recruited 35 agents within 12 months. Now, keep in mind, not every business that we work with has the same end goal as you might. If you're running a service or selling a product, you might be looking for consumers. This particular office was looking to recruit real estate agents because that's kind of their inventory, and that then led to them securing more than 200 listing agreements over a 2-year period, which is kind of how they make their money, right? So that was their goal, and that's part of understanding that business model that I talked about earlier, is learning about your business. We helped a mattress store in Pottstown, brought in over $3 million in revenue over a 3-year period, 100% through Facebook from a cold start. That was no presence whatsoever on social media, and over a 3-year period brought in just through Facebook 100%, 3 million in revenue over that period. And then we've also helped contractor in Birdsboro, grew from 100,000 a year in revenue to over 600,000 in a 2-year period using Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. They were not interested in doing YouTube, which is fine. We don't have to do that. They just wanted to do Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and it worked really, really well for them. And we helped them more than 6 times their business over that 2-year period. And here's the key. All of those above were done with zero paid advertising. And that's the important piece of this. This was all through social and organic growth from their online presence. So certainly you can do paid advertising, but that's not what we're talking about here. And we don't really actually do paid advertising. We can point you in the right direction for a few things, but we don't really do advertisement creation for advertisements. You can certainly boost your posts, right? But that isn't what we're talking about here. This is a zero paid advertising scenario with the social media reach that we do. All right, so next steps here as we wrap it up, we'll schedule a phone call if you're interested in talking further. We'll do an in-person discovery meeting at your location. Then if you're still interested and we move forward, then we'll schedule that first video shoot, and then we create that content calendar for you, and we're off and running and we start growing. So it's really that simple. So I think I tried to keep it short and sweet here for you, provide you with that information. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. Numbers on the screen there, 484-939-8526. Give me a call. Let me know what your questions are. Happy to chat with you, and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much, and have a great day.